on the hop there. Good evening, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Excess Moving. So much equipment around this country. Welcome to Spirit Quest, and I'm your host, Paul Francis, and we're coming to you live tonight from the beautiful city of New Orleans, coming on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM with the United Public Radio Network, uprn.com. You can come and join me here on Spirit Quest, right here on StreamYard, and of course the UPRN network. But why don't you come and join me in the chat room? And we've already got some wonderful chattees. We have Maria. Maria's in there already. Hi, Maria. Hi, Maria. How are you? Good to see you. Dawn's joined us. Lynn has joined us. Good evening. Lynn, I understand that you are in Facebook jail, a place that I visit on a fairly regular basis. And one of the whole and sole reasons I push everybody over to YouTube now, if you're listening to me tonight and you decide, you know what, I'm going to go watch this guy, then come and join me. But go in via YouTube. Don't bother with Facebook. Click onto the YouTube, right into the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium, and it will take you straight through to the show. Come and join us. Why not? Tonight, I have a special guest coming up in a little while, Crystal Rose, and she has been on the show before. And tonight, we're going to dedicate the first half of this show all about healing energies, where it comes from, how it works, and so on and so forth. Had a lot of, a lot of experience on it and over the last sort of 3 years. So we'll share those experiences with you. We'll talk about it, how you can even do it yourself. How about that? So come and join us tonight here on Spirit Quest, while the topic is all about healing energies, which will include things like Reiki and things, bits and pieces like that. So Dawn has joined us, Dawn Hatton. Dawn, welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Mona Shipley has joined us. Love, Mona. Welcome very, very much for being here. We have a Facebook user. I'll just click on that. So that's what I see. So whoever's just clicked, hi, Paul, with a kiss. I don't know who you are, but thank you for being here nonetheless. Why don't you go into YouTube, click on YouTube. I'll say it the Irish way, there's a ch in the way we said. Go into YouTube and go into the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium, and that will take you straight to the show. Then I'll be able to see who you are. But nonetheless, thank you for being here. My dear, darling friend, Trudy Rudy, Tilly Doody, is in the house tonight. Trudy, welcome. My phone decided to join your live. Came out of the shower and heard you talking already. I see. You see, I keep telling you, Trude. I keep telling you. You're supposed to be where you're supposed to be. Dawn Adams says, Facebook blows the big one. Vanessa Bowes, it was me, says Vanessa. That reminds me of the scene in Liar Liar when Jim Carrey's coming out of the elevator. It was me, and they're all holding their noses, trying to throw up. Vanessa, lovely to see you. Welcome to the show. And Lynn says, messaging jail, but haven't done anything wrong. I couldn't send anything out to anyone in Messenger. Facebook is losing it left and right. Twitter is losing it left and right. I've kind of lost myself in all of it, to be absolutely honest with you. So I'm just going to I'm going to primarily promote YouTube. Now, I need you guys to do. Jane Tregenza. Jane, welcome to the show. So here's what I need you guys to do. Please subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Smash that like button. Boom. Smash the like button. Please smash the like button. But here's what I want you to do, okay? Share the show. Get it out there with your friends and family. Lynn can't do it tonight, so I need you guys to share the show. Share it out there. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Invite them to come along and be part of the show. And share it with your groups. That's the place to share it. Share it with your groups. Alrighty. Like I say, coming up tonight, I will have my dear friend Crystal Rose, who will be a part of the show. But what I wanted to share with you guys who are sharing the show, thank you. Here's the thing. The more people you get to join the show, you have a very strong possibility of winning prizes Oh yes, indeedy. So the prizes would include, like for example, the beanies that I have, the baseball caps that I have, T-shirts, books, um, downloadable meditation sets. What else was it we were talking about? Oh yeah, one-to-one sessions with me, which is the one that seems everybody seems to want. The primarily the one-to-one sessions with me, the group sessions that we can set up for you and a couple of friends, or you and family members. And you'll also, and other options will be, you'll be invited to come along to our paranormal investigations. If you're in the area where we're working, you could well win an evening with you and a friend to come and join us on paranormal investigations, all because you're getting people to come to the show, nothing else. So get out there and make it happen. The more people you get in, and the more people say I'm joined because of, Vanessa, Jane, Lynn, Dawn, Trudy, then you'll just zoom right up the top. And as we're doing a search through to find out who it is that is going to be a winner that month, you could be at the top. So do it. Crystal's in there. Divine Energy International. It sounds like James Bond. Divine Energy International. Crystal's in the house already. Crystal, hello, my darling. I will be sending you the link to the show momentarily. Does YouTube have like a like button? Yes, it does. You have to first of all subscribe to the channel. Then you like the videos, Jane. At the bottom of the video, it'll say like. Hit that. All right. You can also share the video. For an example, this show tonight, at the bottom of the video, it'll say share, and you click that and you share it then wherever you want to share it. So share it onto your YouTube channel, or your YouTube channel, you can, I think, but definitely onto your Facebook pages, onto your Twitter accounts, and all the other, wherever you want to share it, really. But more importantly, Jane, invite people to be on the show, and then get them to subscribe, get them to hit the like buttons, and that's going to shoot you to the top of the list, where you can win everything, literally right up to art. Sure, says Maria, and she's absolutely correct. So you're with me tonight on this beautiful Thursday, 16th. I can't believe it's 16th of February. What happened to the time? It just went 16th. We're halfway through February. Yeah, we are halfway through. Oh my goodness, it's just dawned on me. It is just dawned on me. It's my birthday on the 24th. Crikey, we're heading towards my birthday. 8 days. So tonight is obviously the 16th. I'll be back with you with Reach Across Life. By the way, the numbers you guys are hitting on Reach Across Life, I'm so happy. Thank you very, very much. Reach Across seems to be smashing it right out of the ballpark, all because you guys are doing, you're enjoying the show. Obviously, that's clear. You're sharing it with your friends and family. There's new members coming to join the show. That's what we need. Continue to do that, please. And I'll be back with that's Monday the 20th. I'll be back for that one. And then the 23rd is the next Thursday. So that's the day before my birthday. So my birthday is not tomorrow, but next Friday. Oh my gosh. Wow. Gosh, I can't believe how time has zoomed past. Eileen Backman's joined us. Hi, Eileen. Welcome to the show, my darling. Lovely to see you. Maria says, jeepers, old man. Thank you so very much for that. I'm already fighting the stress of getting old, and you're just helping. Trudy says, almost 24th, hon. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Honestly, it just feels like Christmas just gone. Or is that just me? Does it feel like literally Christmas is just gone? Oh, goodness gracious. Julia Evans is here now. Woo, woo, woo. Julia, welcome. I've done it. I must have been let out of jail. Maybe you just hit something wrong, Lynn. You might have clicked something just wrong, and you went into a wrong place. Happy birthday for the 24th, says Eileen. Thank you very much. All you guys, thank you so much. But I'll be here the Monday and the Thursday previous to it. So get on the show and come and talk to me personally. As I've always told you guys, we are coming to you live tonight. He says, I'm sounding slightly unprofessional because I'm moving stuff around the desk here. Coming to you live on United Public Radio Network, which is 105.3 to 107.7 FM, coming to you live from the very beautiful New Orleans. Now, last week I sounded like a bee in a bean tin because, unfortunately, see, right, okay, let me give you a quick sort of background of what goes on here. We have studio equipment, okay, so it's like proper recording studio equipment. So it's like expensive mics, expensive monitors, and big visual monitors, and lights, and cameras, blah 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 blah, and top of the range mixing desk, all that stuff. Now, in all of that, you can have all the tech in the world. You can have all of the tech in the world. All it takes is for Apple, who produces the majority of the equipment I use, to update its stuff. Guess who clicked the update button? Oh yes, I must keep up to date with my software. Click. You're now up to date. Oh, thank you very much. Why doesn't my microphone work then? So Larry came down to do the show on Monday night, Reach Across Live, and the mics wouldn't work. I mean, it just wouldn't. As far as the system was concerned, you don't have a microphone. And I couldn't get it to work on Monday night. Too late to try and figure it out. So I literally had to switch over to another type of camera that we have on top of one of the monitors, and it works. Just it's 4K, so it's fine. So I had to switch across to its own built-in mic, which got me through it. Which, when you compare the sound, it sounds like a bee in a bean tin. It didn't have the depth. So I worked pretty much all day Tuesday to try and figure it out. Could not figure it out. And I rang one of my dearest friends, Gary Williams, who is a tech god. And I said, Gary, mate, I don't normally call you, but... And he went, I bet you know what it is. I said, I can't get the mic to work. He says, I've had it from everybody, top producers calling me, what's wrong with my system? And right on the update, there's a little tiny button which says, have you updated? Click here for yeah. And I didn't read that. As soon as I clicked it, boom, all the mics came on. It was, oh my gosh. But these are the things that are sent to test you. So Trudy says, let me know what it's like. Let me know what it's like to be so old. Trudy, thank you so very, very much. You are such a sweetheart. Mona Shipley says, blessings, Mona. Thank you very, very much. Yes, Julia says, time does rocket. Does it, you get up in the morning, right? And it's like... And then you're climbing back into bed. What happened to time? Once again, a lovely person has come on and said, hi, Paul. And I've just put it up on the screen so you can see it. That's what I see. See if you down that's there. See right down there? That's what I see. Look, Facebook user. Okay, that's all I get to see. I'd love to see who you are. So the best way to do that is to come off Facebook, zoom over to YouTube, click on YouTube, go into the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium. Whoosh, it'll bring you straight to this show again, but live on YouTube, and I'll see who you are. And it'll give me who you are, and I'll be able to see you, and I'll be able to greet you properly and say thank you for being here. Now, like I said, tonight's show is Spirit Quest. So Spirit Quest is all about the journey of life, finding all about the various things that goes on, how we kind of work as both humans and as both energy and spiritual and metaphysical and stuff like that. So I wanted to create a chat show that really all of us together could get our teeth into and talk about how we progress as human beings. Now, one of my favorite things is I love watching television shows about alien beings, ufology, whatever you want to call it, various things of that nature. I love watching stuff about that because I am 100%. You can't waver me on the fact that we are probably visited permanently of alien beings. You know, when I always say that word, it reminds me of a scene in the movie Paul the Alien, where he goes, "Are you an alien?" And Paul says, "To you, I am." You know, so basically, what he's saying is, you know, on his planet, he's not an alien, is he? So, so Crystal just said, I can chat on my phone, but have to create a channel to comment according to my PC. All right, well, okay. Well, that makes sense. You can talk to me on your phone, Crystal, and then you can watch on your other computer what's, you know, what we're seeing here. Catherine McMillan is, hello, Paul. So fun to be. It's Catherine. Thank you. Maria says the TV behind by 30 seconds so far. Well, go back onto your phone, Maria. Then it'll make life easier. Paul Roland. Hi, Paul. Paul, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here, bud. Appreciate it. Sue's joined us. I've just seen her. Sue Vinicum. Oh, she always, I love her name. I just love her name, Vinicum. It sounds like a little person, then you know, like one of Santa's elves. The Vinicum. So, as I say, I'll be inviting Crystal to come onto the show very, very shortly. We're going to talk about healing. Now, how this works is it's all about you. It's an interactive show. It's all about you guys interacting with us. Okay, when we're on the show, rather than me trying to pull information left and right and, you know, vary it. I want to hear from you. I want to hear questions from you. And if you want to come on and talk to us on a one-to-one basis, I can make that happen tonight. I will just send you a link to the show in Messenger. We'll have you come on to the show and you can have a chat to us, myself and my guests, and that can happen every single week. I can only have one of you guys on at a time, obviously, but we can still do it. I love the way Catherine said it's so fun to be here. Thank you. That means a lot to me. That actually does mean a lot to me. So I'm just going to try something that. Yes, there you go. I've just did a technical thing called roll off, and my voice just changed ever so slightly to the more high. Modi Live. Hi, Paul. Well, hi, Modi Live. What a cool name. Thank you very, very much for being here tonight. Thank you for being part of the show. So please get it out there. Get it out and share the show. Roger Garza Sr. is in the house, and so is his beautiful wife, Faye. And I had about 15 seconds, 20 seconds of your show last night, buddy, because I woke up, okay, as gentlemen of a certain age do regularly as we get to a certain age, as we start to wear that path from the side of our beds to the bathroom. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to go into it in any kind of depth, but we wear a pathway between our side of the bed to the bathroom, if you know what I'm talking about. So as I woke up, I could hear Roger's voice, and I'm thinking, what's that? And I hadn't realized I'd left my phone on the side of my bed, and it was on YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube. It was on Facebook, and there was Roger chatting away. So I kind of, as I climbed back into bed again, I looked at it, and I was thinking, I was about to say hi, guys, and I was back out again. So I was like, out of it. I do hope you had a fantastic show, and you look great. I'm looking at you thinking, should I get rid of mine now? Is it time to get rid of the facial? Because it made him look so much younger. Crystal says, so 90s in the house. You'll be on here in a minute, young lady, so it'll be my turn to take the mickey. Roll on the floor, better a pathway than a dip. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, when you get to a certain age, I don't know what goes on in men's bladders, but you get into bed, 5 minutes in bed, and all of a sudden your bladder's going, hello? Bathroom now. When we were younger, when we were like 20, 21 years old, no, you know, you could go out with your buddies out to a local bar, have a few drinks with your buddies, playing a game of pool, come home, go to bed, sleep the entire night through, get up in the morning, still nothing going on, go down and have breakfast, and then your buddy might go, listen, if you get a minute, you know, just if you get a minute, you might want to go and relieve your bladder. Now, it's if you walk past the tap, your bladder goes, bathroom. I tell you what. Alison Dunn says, "Hi Paul, sorry I missed you. Alison. I'm sorry to hear you're in hospital, but I'm very, very glad to see that you're here now. Thank you very much for taking the time out to become part of our show tonight. And the fact that you've been in hospital, this is a good show for you to be on tonight because it's all about healing. Okay." Trudy says, I shared. Let's go there. I shared with one friend. He hasn't responded yet. Is probably doing his life. Oh, well, that's me. Oh, you've shared it with me. Okay, because I'm the only friend you got. Jane says, I don't think it's just men splatters. Gotcha. Okay. So, as I say, coming up on the show tonight, we have Crystal, which I'm literally going to be bringing on to talk about right now. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see different bits and pieces coming off. Opportunities to be able to get holds of my books. Please do take them opportunities on and enjoy the books. When we reach a certain age, we need to be near a loo. That's very, very true. In fact, that is so very, very true. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my invite button together, and I'm going to literally get it together so I can bring Crystal Rose. So you guys are going to have like about a minute or two, and if you want to get it, quickly grab a brew, grab something, get a drink, get it in place. Crystal will be on here in about 2 minutes time. So I brought my water already. Jan Macon has joined us tonight. Jan, hello. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. So here's the other thing before I get around to getting Crystal into the house. Here's the thing. I am open to you guys giving me ideas for topics for Spirit Quest. So what initially when I first started the show was into, first hour, then the second hour, and I selected the topics for both hours, as you know. Or it was one topic to last 2 hours, that was a bit tough. So I decided to split it over 2 different hours. And then I found, which was really, really good, was to select one topic for one half of the show, and we kind of merged with your own Q&A. So what I'd like for you is to send me ideas or give me ideas that you would like to discuss, on our Spirit Quest, because it is the journey of life. It is the journey about how we're trying to find our way. What different aspects do we encounter in our relationship with Mother Earth, with outside the earth, with the energies of spirit, and on and so on and so forth. So please do share what you would like to discuss. Okay. Had a golden energy shower tonight to help ditch this chest. In fact, well done, Trude, and you need to keep that up. The Wim Hof concept is something I'm starting to adopt. So after a shower, I then go and have a freezing cold, splash my face and shoulders with freezing cold water. So I'm trying that, see if it works. Seems to, because the cold I had seems to be starting to leave all of a sudden. Right, so I have another lovely Facebook user saying, "Hi Paul, haven't had a chance to tune in for a while. Hope you're well." First of all, thank you for A, tuning in. I appreciate you doing that, and B, thank you for asking if I'm well. I am doing a lot better than I have been. Thank you so very much. But as you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see literally right across there, all I get to see is Facebook user. I have no idea who you are. I would love to welcome you properly. So zip over to YouTube, go into the YouTube channel, the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium. It'll take you straight back to this show, and then I'll see exactly who you are. So do that for me, and then I can then talk to you properly, and then say, "Hi Paul, it's me. I was a minute ago." Roma. She writes, Ramona Huff. We know her affectionately as Ronnie. Ronnie, welcome to the show, my darling. How wonderful to see you. It is so good to see you. I've missed you. I hope you're well, and thank you for coming back. Catherine says, "I'd love to chat about people's ideas, what a spirit, human or otherwise, gets up to once they cross over. For sure, they will visit their loved ones on that on that side. But what else? Oh, there's tons to do. But that's a good question, but not necessarily for this show. However, as I was talking to Crystal earlier on today about coming on tonight, we were talking about mediumship is a form of healing as well. So there's a kind of a crossover there. So maybe we should do a show dedicated to Catherine's idea next week. Alrighty. So, like I say, I will be bringing on Crystal momentarily. So get yourselves together while I go off and get Crystal and get her to become a part of our show for tonight. How's that sound? All right. And he says pressing buttons and sending it out there. So Crystal, check your messenger, and you should be coming to join us momentarily. Okay. So while Crystal is doing that, I will then be getting ready to bring her in. If Eva has joined us, Eva, welcome to the show. Jane says, shared away. Well, thank you very much. What you want to do, guys, is invite your friends and family. Okay, invite them. Get them all to come into the show. Get them to subscribe to the show. And get them to hit that like button. Smash the like button on all of the videos on my YouTube channel. Right, let's have a look at who we have. We've got lots going on here tonight. John F's in the house. John, hello, John. The Colonel Stone Man. Colonel, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you look on the right, you'll see. I'm going to bring it up on the main screen. There we go. Colonel is actually the Cornish. How you properly spell Cornwall. That's Colonel Cornwall. Okay, that's how it's spelled in Cornish. Kernow. So if you're looking at tonight, you see my dear friend John. John and I did some training together. John is a very accomplished medium, and we had some great times when we were doing some training together as well. He's an absolute sweetheart of a gentleman, and it's an absolute pleasure to see you here, John boy. It really, really is. I'd love to catch up with you again. You are looking good, by the way. And thank you for saying I'm looking good. Roger says, Paul, can you talk about spirit energy and how they move things? Okay, that's a really good idea, Roger. Yeah, we can dedicate a show to that particular concept and how spirit. Well, you see, I'll give you a quick sort of heads up on that particular answer, because a lot of people going, yeah, how do they do that? Well, everything, be it water, be it the glass, be it that microphone, be it the light, everything starts with an E. Come on, shout. Yes, energy. Everything is energy. Everything gives off energy. Everything has a variable in energy. And we also have crystals, and they give off different vibrational energies. So the more energy a spirit person has to work with, the easier it is there to be able to manipulate objects. Okay. So for an example, say you have a battery sitting close by, a spirit energy is going to be able to interact with that really easily, because it's motion energy. It's energy in motion. And so they use energy to move stuff. Okay. So energy and energy. Now, I bring you all back to the movie Ghost, Patrick Swayze. And, initially when he can't lift a penny, and then his spirit pal says, listen, focus. Okay. And it's all about energy. One energy affects another. Another way to try and explain it, and obviously I'm abbreviating the entire show here down to this. Another way to try and explain it would be magnets. You got a magnet, right? And you do the magnets opposite poles apart. You try and push them together, they push apart, right? Okay. So, but it's the energy in between the two that deflects. Hello. There you go. Now, I was saying to you, my dear pal Crystal Rose is in the house, and I'm going to be bringing her on live. So you guys hold your breath for 10 seconds while I bring her on live. Crystal Rose is in the house.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I am always happy. You know that. And what's this about you going to put your face on? You're pretty as you are. What are you on about?
Oh, thank you. Do you know,
So-
I was sat backstage and I didn't realise I had to press the button at the bottom. I was thinking,
right.
I was
So
just
I saw
listening
you came up on
then.
the bottom of my screen here, and I was like, okay, she can. I know she's there. And then you went plop, and I got you. So there you go. Anyway,
So
it's
here we
so
are.
good to see you. It's been too long since you were on before.
Yeah, it's good. But the thing is that, you know, it's late for me on a school night.
Well,
That's
it's
the
not school
thing.
night. Your
This
kids are
one.
still off, aren't
Not, I'm off this week,
Yeah.
half term. Yeah.
And
Because
so
I'm teaching
before
in the
we
week.
get stuck into taking questions and stuff about that, from all of the people who are watching tonight, tell us about the Divine Energy International that you told me about earlier today.
Okay, so right, where to start? Okay, there's a chapter coming out in a book that I've got the cover for, and I can promote it, but I can put it in the comments
Yeah.
for. It's the Healers Oracle. It's with a company called Brave Healers, and they always get like Amazon #1s. So there's about 20 healers got together, and we've all
Yeah.
put our different stories in. Because back in 2019, I channeled an divine energy healing.
Yeah.
So from that, I met my good friend Angela, who I shared divine energy healing. I said, oh, do you know what? I said, I've downloaded this healing energy, but I don't know if we can share it online. So, you know, with it being 2020 at the time,
Yeah.
when I met her, it made sense to see if we could share it online.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, okay then. And I'll share something back with you. I was like, oh, don't worry about that. Let's see if this works first. So it did. And from that, I'd already piloted the energy. So I knew
Okay.
I'd already had 3, including my husband, long-suffering husband, bless him. So George had it. They won't mind me saying Claire Sutton and Katie.
Right.
One's a very good medium. Well, they're both mediums actually, but one had done a healing energy before. I can't remember which one has now, and the other had never done any. And I just felt the energy come through.
Yeah.
You know, we've all got. So that was the pilot, and then and then lots of people have learnt it, and it's gone off, and we're into treble figures now. Of people
Excellent.
learning this energy internationally. There's people in America learnt it, and you know.
Well, you're going to have another student.
It's a modern day Reiki. Well, I'd love to, Paul. Yeah,
simple as that. We'll trade courses. I'll bring you on one of my courses.
And
you teach me.
Joanna as well.
Yes, definitely, absolutely. Because of that, she would be my first patient. Obviously, so it'd be.
Well, you can do it together, then she'll know what you're on about.
Yeah. So you've also told me something today about oh crikey, what? But not is it a seminar or something coming up?
Oh yes, thank you, Paul. You know I'm like honestly, yeah, annual conference for Divine Energy International, and that's with Angela Aurora Medway Smith. She's the main author of the book that's coming out and the chair of Divine Energy International as well. Wonderful medium and healer.
So tell me this: how does people
from Wales, currently
how does Joe Public get into is there a website? Is there a
you could join as a friend on Divine Energy International, and you'll get the newsletters that tell you everything that's going on, and you'll be invited to the conference. If you're a member, it's level 1 member, it's £11.11 for the year. But once you if you become a member in June, it's £11.11 for that training. There'll be Kieran Morgan, Brother of Dragons, on doing Pendragon Reiki. That's one that he's also in the book.
Right.
So he channeled that. Then there's Angela telling everyone about Divine Feminine Reiki. which she has also
Okay.
channeled later on and birthed in Glastonbury. Well, earthed in Glastonbury, not birthed. Grounded in Glastonbury. I went there.
Grounded.
Well, whatever we were doing, however she said it, we grounded it in Glastonbury. Because it's the heart centre of the world, isn't it? And that's where Kieran lives as well now. He's moved
Okay.
with his wife down to Glastonbury.
I'm going to be
near where you are. Nearer.
I'm going to be living not very far from there in the not too distant future, actually. So I'm moving more further to North Cornwall than the deep south. So that I'll be up that part of the world. Just wanted to actually just say hi to everybody who's just coming to join us tonight. So we got Will Mottershead. Hi, Will. Lovely to see you. Jane Butterworth has joined us as well. Who else we got? So Dawn, as everybody should look into Orgonite. Now you're good on your crystals, aren't you, Crystal Rose?
Orgonite. Yeah, that's in pyramids.
Right. So she's saying it's a lifesaver.
Copper wire around crystals within a resin base, and that houses it. So the copper wire amplifies, because crystals house energy. You can program them to send out love and healing.
Yeah.
Or they predisposed as clear quartz for clarity, rose quartz for healing, love. That's the crystal that goes with divine energy healing, is actually rose quartz for the upper heart.
I have a chunk of rose quartz that I keep right beside my bed every single day.
Yeah, good.
I leave it. I've always kept rose quartz. I've always advised people not to be putting the more sort of high vibrance. Yeah. Well, that's a lovely one. Little angel.
Little angel.
Mine's a big chunk of the original,
I have. I've got a couple of chunks. Yeah, I love them.
That's the crystal to put by your beds, ladies and gentlemen of the world.
Yeah, gentle.
Rose
very
quartz.
gentle.
This is gentle. Yeah, it helps because it gives off a very gentle vibration. It helps you sleep better, sleep more comfortably, and especially if you're stressed, it'll help your stress levels. And the root for most illnesses today is based on stress. So it's
Orgonite.
So Orgonite. There you go. How cool is that?
That's a little resin pyramid.
Yeah.
An orgone, as they, orgone pyramid. So it's got the copper wire. This was made by my friend Rose Arnold.
That is well cool.
It's lovely, isn't it? There's loads of them.
I gotta ask you a question. Have you got there she goes again. What have you got? Have you got something, incense burning or something?
Oh, I have. Sorry, yeah.
No, don't be sorry.
Wafting everywhere.
Because I was looking at that and I was thinking to myself, either she's got spirit running around her, or she's burning something. There's a load of people all saying hi to you tonight on the. Can you still see the comments?
I can if I switch it on, but I did the schoolgirl, rookie error.
Yeah.
I had you on YouTube on here, and then StreamYard as well, and then it's the second you're saying something on one, and then I could hear the music on the other.
Yeah,
so I switched everything off, and I thought, is that coming from my phone? No, where is it? So here.
I'm going to bring Alison on because we obviously dedicate. I mean, it's really about learning about healing. And ladies and gentlemen, before I actually do bring Alison Dunn's message onto the screen, we never finished off. I interrupted you because I'm very conscious about what I do, and you were saying that people can find your website and become members. What is the address on that?
Oh, it's Divine Energy International.
Hang on, I'm actually going to create a banner for it. So it's www what?
www.divine with an I.
Divine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Energy.
Yep.
International.
Yep.
.com.
All right. Just want to make sure I've got that, and I'm going to make that. There we go. And guess what? With the power of magic, look at that.
Woohoo!
Look at that. That makes me look like a rock god, doesn't it? No. No.
Diddle-diddle. Oh,
I actually felt. Oh, actually, that was pretty cool. So who have we got? So, ladies and gentlemen, off the planet. If you are not, if you're watching the show, look at the bottom of the screen. Visit that website. Become a member. It's £11, 11 pence.
well, they can join for
that's
free. They can join as friends for free.
well, they can
So,
join
so they,
anyway because it's
so they
it's
can
the
join
price of
later
2 cups
when
of coffee.
yeah, true.
Think about it. 2 cups of coffee. That's the
It
price of
goes
it.
towards promoting energy healing when we go to healing festivals and that sort of thing to promote healing. It's
Get
not
it in
just
there.
divine energy healing. There's quite a lot under our umbrella, and it's a base for all healers to get together as well, and network.
There you go. So get out there
Training,
and go and
provide training as well.
go and visit the website. Join as a friend, but join £11, 11 pence. Literally 2 cups of coffee, and the benefits out of it are just phenomenal. Jane Tregenza says amethyst is my go-to crystal. Yes, amethyst is a brilliant crystal. In fact, I use amethyst. When you've seen me on stage, you see me on TV, even see me working here on Monday nights, I have an amethyst in my hand, but it's not the crystal to have by your bed because
Oh, see, Paul.
it's
It
a very
depends,
high buzz one. It's a very
I'd have amethyst under my pillow, and I'd have it by my bed because for me, for my energy, it helps me sleep. An amethyst. It's also good for
Okay.
electrosmog and things like that to have by your computer. But
I have them
yeah,
by the computers, right, but never
in the
by the
sleep
bed.
spray, I'd put amethyst, but not malachite. I had malachite under my pillow, and that just
Mm.
gave me crazy dreams.
All
There's
right, you don't need
ones.
that.
But this is the thing as well, though. Rose quartz will be lovely for most people, but then there'll
Yeah.
be the exception to the rule that won't get on well with rose quartz.
I've heard that
always
citrine helps the to calm. The yellow. It's citrine helps to bring people to calm down as well. So, but the one that I wholeheartedly without second thought is rose quartz. Okay, for
yeah,
by the bed
it's a
or
lovely
even
one.
under your pillow.
Yeah,
You can carry a
definitely.
little piece of it in. Like people can get them on key rings and whatever.
It'd be
It just
unusual
helps
for that to not work with you, wouldn't it?
very much so. Very, very much so. But just as Jane was saying, I've told clients all over the world never to have amethyst in your bedroom or near you by your bed because its vibration is registered as very, very
Ah,
high.
see, I beg to differ. Just from
Mm.
my
No,
perspective,
no, no, no. It
you
doesn't
know?
mean I'm right and you're wrong, or doesn't mean
It depends
I'm wrong and you're right. It
who
just
it
it
goes with.
exactly correct. It's each individual. When I'm teaching people, um, I always say to people, when I've had students all over the world, I've always said to them, go and listen, go and learn from other people. And they're going, but yeah, but we've learned from you. But no, 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 no. You've learned what I've taught you. Okay. But there is other information to learn. Like tonight, I've always held your understanding of crystals very, very, very high, hence the name Crystal Rose. And then you're telling me that it's not a bad thing to have amethyst, but
Not for
I know
me.
that when I've had it in my room, I've just not been able to. I've literally not been able to sleep for the
Well,
entire night.
malachite's the one for me. And when I was actually on my crystal course way back in 2006,
Mm,
there was a lady. We had to intuitively choose what crystals to use for them, right? So I
yeah.
chose aventurine, and she went, "Oh no, everyone chooses that for me. That's the worst." It brings out sort of angst in her and
All right.
gave her a
Well,
terrible
you
time.
were
It,
intuitively pulled to it though, so she
the
has to
thing
take
is,
that
it
on
was
board.
healing stuff, so it was uncomfortable. You
Gotcha.
know,
I've
healing's not always
well,
comfortable.
not always, but I've always sorry, when I was doing my crystal courses, um was primarily mediumship, which had an edge of crystal healing in it. But something that I would advise everybody who's listening tonight, if you can, get yourself a set of chakra balancing crystals, the crystals for each chakra, and do a meditation where you have someone, you lie down on the floor in a nice comfortable position. So then have someone place the crystals in the correct places, so above your head, on your forehead, on your throat, chest, going on the way down, basically. And do a meditation with that, and what, and just literally watch what happens. It is absolutely mind blowing. Okay, you will sleep like a baby after that, I tell you. But if you can get yourself a set of those and do a meditation based on that, that will help you, and it'll always also kick in your own body's healing systems. It'll kick them in and start working. But then you go and talk to a professional
That's
like
the
our
colour.
pal Crystal Rose here. There she goes.
That's the colours you need.
Yeah.
So anyway, any crystal shop would have a chakra set in anyway, wouldn't
A
they?
chakra
Because
set, yeah, or a crystal. Somebody who works in crystals on a professional level, they'll say to you, "Oh, here's the right crystals for that."
and they,
But
yeah,
as Crystal says here, sometimes even though you follow the chakra balancing crystals, sometimes a crystal might be the right one for you at a certain center. Like, again, as we're talking about tonight, amethyst nowhere near my bed, but it helps you sleep like a baby. So
well,
that's what
I
it's,
did score highly on it. It's Mental Health Week,
yeah.
last week or whenever. There was all these tests come up, and there's an app called Breeze that you can go on and do like a self mental health check. And I scored really highly for ADHD, which surprised me. Didn't
All right.
surprise anyone else, but it really surprised me.
Why
Because
did
that's
you?
something I'd associate with well, there's loads of different. I was just indulging myself in all of these.
Yeah.
I'm an ambivert, and whatever else.
I do you know what? I'm not. I don't. I try not to be judgmental at all, but I think a lot of these so-called mental illnesses are just somebody who sat down and made them up, because what people call ADHD and all these different what's these ones where you got, you know you, you're overly cleansing, everything's got to be in a
Oh,
place.
OCD.
OCD. Well, I don't believe that for one second, because you're trained to do that. If you're in something like a firefighter, if you're like a doctor, if you're like a policeman or a soldier or an air force, or
Yeah, but this is
that's your training.
extreme. This is like David Beckham famously had
Yeah.
it, didn't he? Having all his bean tins the right way round and everything.
Well,
And it
I
can be linked with the mental health. You
a
see,
shopkeeper's going to do that, and he's going to do
yeah,
that
but
automatically.
you're a fan of Michael Jackson. Now, Michael Jackson was excessively washing his hands at one stage, and it's just
Well, that's different. That's different. No, it was somebody who
that was
can't go like a
OCD
minute.
apparently.
Yeah, OCD. Yes, that's
Yeah.
that's OCD. But just somebody who wants things neat and tidy and in the right. My mum.
So what you're saying is you do believe in it, but you don't
Oh,
believe in
yeah,
everybody
no. I'm not
else's
knocking
table. Yeah.
the extremes.
No, I get you.
And yeah, so one of my pals, I say famously because we never shared it. It was not famous at all. But he couldn't walk out of the room and switch a light off until a certain time, where he had to turn them on and off so many times before he was felt that it was off. And that's a real severe OCD. But somebody who just wants things neat and tidy and in order,
Yeah,
no, that's
not
just
OCD. No.
no. I don't believe that for one second.
I
So
think
you're getting a
people.
lot of people saying hello to you tonight, by the way. Loads and loads and loads.
Hello, everyone. Love you all.
I'm just reading all the way down. Just have a look here. What Trudy says. Maybe if you hadn't admitted you couldn't get your mic. She's a Mickey taker, Trudy. I've known Trudy for about 30 years. Susan Pierce. Susan, welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. I have awful dreams when I'm there we go. Sue Vinicum has said, I have awful dreams when I'm stressed. So rose quartz?
Oh, rose quartz, yeah.
What else would you?
Good.
No, she's asking you as a question. When she gets stressed out, she has awful dreams. Would you recommend rose quartz? Personally, I would say yeah.
I'd recommend. Well, whether you call it a prayer, a wish, whatever, whoever you talk to, dear universe, airing your guardian angel. Could I have a peaceful night's sleep tonight, please?
Yeah,
You
that
know,
never. That's
I've
always a
got
good
this on my
thing.
mind, that on my mind, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Can I just hand this over to you? And it's kind of let go and let God, they call it, you know,
Mm,
or let go, the universe, or and even even if you were talking to yourself, right, for
mm.
argument's sake, for the atheists among us, you know,
Okay.
you're still compartmentalizing, aren't you?
You're
And
compartmentalizing, but
you're
the
putting that. I
universe is
believe in
hearing
the
it.
power of thought. So I think
Yeah.
most people watching this show will believe in the power of energy. You know
Yeah.
what you're putting out there. So you're asking for that to happen before you. So you're setting yourself up for a better night's sleep. And to play devil's advocate, I'd say amethyst, Sue, but don't want to
It's
shoot me.
funny. Now, listen. Here's what I'd love. I would love Sue to be our guinea
Oh,
pig.
she could test them.
We test them, right? So what I would do when I've had too much on, when I've had too much thinking, and my brain is literally going into meltdown, I will have the rose quartz, obviously, but I'll also put a clear quartz to clarify my thoughts, to help clarify my thoughts. I literally see clear quartz as clearing my mind.
Smoky quartz. I've just got my dowser out. I'm having a little go. Smoky quartz, if you can get hold of it. And smoky quartz is also known as the junkie stone. I'm not calling you a junkie here, Sue. Because it was very good for clearing negative energy.
Do you know what? When I'm working, you see me on Monday nights. I have smoky quartz right in front of me, literally. I keep it directly in front of me.
Yeah.
So when
What's
I'm
Monday
dealing with
night?
energies, I
Yeah.
Monday nights is when I'm doing all the reads. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
so I keep smoky quartz in front of me to make sure, literally, when I finish doing the read, that the person who I've read spiritually steps back and takes their energy with them and lets me carry on to work in the next. And it works absolutely. So yeah, smoky quartz. I was taught many moons ago the clear quartz helps clarify your thinking. And so,
Yeah.
by the way, if you can keep them by your bed, so do diamonds. Diamonds helps clarify thought.
Yeah. Smoky quartz. Also, I like things like this shungite. I've got a
Right.
jet here. I think that's onyx, that one. The black stones are good for grounding.
Yes.
Red, not so much for me. Red jasper would make me hyper, and that's if I want to liven up on a Monday, for work or whatever. You have a red quartz. But I'd say a black stone for grounding as well.
All right. That makes sense. Now I'm going
Perhaps.
to bring this up. Can you
No,
see the
like
bottom
you
of the
say, you have
screen?
to be a guinea pig. You have to try it. Can I
I
see?
think so. I think so. Can you see? You can see the bottom of the screen, right? I'm just about to put Alison Dunn's request on. There you go. So
Oh, there you
Alison
go.
has
I
said,
can now.
"Hi, Crystal. Could you please heal me? I can't pronounce that. Guillain-Barré syndrome. Guillain-Barré syndrome. I also suffer really badly with anxiety and have had anxiety for 18 months. Really suffer with it. Would appreciate if you could help to heal me, or maybe give her advice where she can heal herself." Um,
Right.
I like that concept. If you teach people, then they can take it on.
Yeah,
There's,
like the fish. Yeah.
I hid the fish. Yeah,
Fish
you can feed a
analogy.
man for a day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Something about fish.
So you're
That's the one.
reading my mind now. Okay.
Anyone would
Yeah.
think we were psychic.
I'll tell
Anyway,
you. I'm going to tell everybody, because they're going, "What the hell are they talking about fish?" There's an old saying that if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Or when you say this whole stupidity about you can't say he and she anymore, load of rubbish. So that's that whole saying. If you give someone a fish, you feed them for the day. If you teach them to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. So that's what that's all about. So rather than try and just give Dawn healing, which we'll do automatically, by the way, if we show her which the right crystals and what to do, she has more chance of healing herself.
what I'd say to Alison is I'd love to teach her divine energy healing, the first level.
Mm.
And if anybody would like to learn divine energy healing level 1 with me, I'll offer it out free to anyone who's watched this show, but you have to comment that you've watched the show and
There
remind
you
me,
go.
because I might
Oh my
forget that.
goodness. Oh my goodness. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here on the show. So you come on to Crystal Rose's however you get a hold of her. If you get a hold of her by Facebook, if you get a hold of her by Messenger, you must comment that watching the show with Paul Francis on Spirit Quest, I would love to learn the divine energy. Because I'm going to be there going, hi, do you remember me from Paul Francis Spirit Quest?
Yeah.
Peeps.
And don't forget, you know, oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, God.
I have a habit of doing that. I want to see our Trudy in there because our Trudy could do with this. Trudy Hall. So Trudy, make sure you get a hold of Crystal.
Oh no, so
Make sure.
Alison, what I'd like to say is I can't heal you, darling. It doesn't heal you. You know, it helps. We have to be very careful. It's you know, anything you have to see your GP.
Of course, yes.
It's complimentary, but what it does do is it aids your own natural healing system. It will give your own natural healing system a boost.
Yeah.
Boost your immunity, you know, help you feel better in yourself, your energy. Just gives your energy uplift.
A student that I would push toward you is my dear friend Faye Garza. Roger is her husband. Roger's a phenomenal psychic medium, and Faye is always there in the background doing the show. But I would say this would be a really good area for Faye to get into, in fact. So make sure that you've said that you've watched the show, and we want to literally, we got jumpers now. We got people jumping in on the show trying
I'm also
to.
sorry that you've had this awful disease, Alice.
I did say that.
Cooper.
I'm so sorry that she just got out of hospital. I'm sorry you got out of hospital, but more importantly, what I teach people is, yes, you're out of hospital, but you're out of hospital and you're here. So keep that focused on that positivity. There's somebody called Elise Bahongzungza, whoever that means, trying to get everybody to be a friend request. I would wholeheartedly tell you not to do that. Okay.
Oh, so if she comes and says, I want to do divine energy healing, do I say no?
You say no, because that is 100% that is no. A con artist. Jackie Noon has joined the show. Jackie, lovely to see you. Welcome to tonight's show. I'm joined tonight with my dear friend Crystal Rose, who is she's an advocate for the Divine Energy International. So go on to divineenergyinternational.com and make sure you become a friend of Divine Energy, and then join it. It's only £11, which is roughly about
friend is free.
$13. $13 again, the price of 2 cups of coffee. Get in there and make that happen. If you get this Elsie Bahongza contacting you, my advice immediately is number 1, do not open it, and number 2, report them to Facebook, get them blocked.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get Maria Spark Fiore to do that, which is fantastic because Maria happens to be a police officer. So I do hope she does. And Maria locks your ass up for the night. So I do hope that happens, because I hate people who just do this, and to other people who, we worked hard to put these shows in place, and you get these idiots jumping in trying to rip people off. Dawn Hatton. Now let's bring Dawn up there. Dawn Hatton says, black protection crystals if you're having bad dreams. What's your thoughts on that one?
If the thing is, everything's with intent, so it's the intent you put to the crystal as well. But I'd also say, if you've had them a long time, always run them under a bit of water first, cleanse them, or through your incense.
That's a fantastic idea, but can I indulge on that one? If you have crystals and you're an avid crystal collector like myself, for an example, why not take a day where you can get down by a brook, a natural brook?
Absolutely.
Put your crystals into a lovely little bag, a little net, and leave them to sit in the crystal waters and let the waters run through them. And I promise you, they will reinvigorate and they will re-cleanse and re-energize your crystals, and the next thing to do is to leave them in not sunlight, oddly enough, but moonlight. It's more gentler, and it will help. So run
Oh,
your
full
if you
moon, even better.
if you can sit and have wee meditation by the brook, then put your crystals into a little net bag, put them into the brook gently, and let the brook waters run through them, cleanse them. I promise you, it will help. So Sue has said, "Hey, look at that! I will be your guinea pig."
Oh, thank you, Sue.
So let's get her. If she, I can hear it now, Paul. You git. That was the wrong crystal. I haven't slept in 3 days.
I've been awake for a week.
You see, you and your clear quartz. I'll clear quartz you. So we would love. Actually, we'd love 3 or 4 of you, because it would be interesting to see how different crystals affect different people. So we would love for 2 or 3 of you to take on this little
challenge.
This
I
little
did see
challenge.
when I had the other thing about sunlight, if you left amethyst in sunlight, it goes brown. You have to be very careful, you know.
No, yeah, well,
change
sunlight
colour.
is massively. It's not really good for the crystals at all. On any crystals.
I think it's good for clear quartz. You know, some, because clear quartz wouldn't change colour. You know, sometimes, and moisture for anything with an ite. So you don't run selenite under the tap; it'll start disintegrating.
Well, it'll just start.
Quartz
Yeah,
family's fine.
That I've always kind of been taught that, and it makes, when I think about it, it makes sense that the moonlight it's a much more gentler energy, but it's still as strong, whereas the direct sunlight can get really super hot, especially if it's coming through glass. It's just completely focused.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Paul, while you're saying glass, this is how my brain works.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing to do with that. It's to do with water. You know, some people put crystals in their water. There's about 48 crystals you should never put in your drinking water, which is why you get the ones that house the water that I haven't got close to hand with me now. You know, the bee water ones.
Yeah,
that's one of the.
That was on my list to talk to you about, actually. Which crystals do you recommend about putting into water for people to drink?
If you put a crystal by your water in the fridge or around them, that works just as well. Don't put malachite into your water because it's poisonous.
Well, there you go.
Iron in it or something. Can't remember what.
And don't put it into anybody else's water either.
Yeah, copper. Unless they've really upset you. No, sorry. Take it off.
This is live. We can't take that off. The filming of the shows can start next month.
No way, shape or form. That was just a bad joke.
Oh my goodness! Everybody's going. Right, so I want to bring up Susan Pierce now. Let's have a look at what Susan's got to say. Which crystal would you say would help with nerve pain?
Nerve pain.
Come on, Dr. Crystal.
I'm not sure on nerve pain, but I know that the thing is, what I always teach is that you tune into the crystals yourself. Just hold it or put it on your, go sleep.
Yeah, the forehead.
Meditate with it on your forehead and see where the energy goes. Allow it in, see where it goes. But for me, I know that howlite works very well with the bones.
Sorry, did you say howlite?
Howlite, Howlite, howlite.
Right.
It's often dyed blue to look like turquoise. It's turquoise,
okay.
as well. But howlite's white stone. I'm not sure I've got any handy. Looks a bit like that.
I tell you what I was taught as well is the hematite, the kind of a silvery grey.
Hematite to get your blood going, circulation going. Yeah, that would be good. Hematite and howlite.
Howlite. I'm trying to think as well. There's what's the purpley colored one called? I've gone blank because
fluorite.
I can't remember what it's called. Fluorite. That's really good.
Well, don't you?
What threw me was your that'll poison you. That's still stuck in my head. So please don't do that. We were joking. And the other thing as well, of course, is never meditate while you're driving. You often find that crashes people. So, especially tonight when you're
Oh,
listening to us
yes, absolutely not.
on FM radio.
Yeah, don't go putting crystals on your head or anywhere.
Yeah, don't
But
take your eyes off the road and put a crystal in between them, because I promise you, you'll be doing a lot of meditation in the local jail. So,
Catherine Macmillan Sillo has
okay,
said
let's
that
go on.
Moldavite can be an amazing healer stone. But
Right.
for me, I feel weak kneed and nauseous to the point of falling over when I'm anywhere near it. Do you have some thoughts? Yes, it doesn't work for me either. It's just the energy. Everything's on a frequency. You
Yeah.
know, music's on a frequency. We don't all like the same music.
Mhm. Well, that's why
Essential
meditation music
oils
is
are on
based
a
on a
different
sound,
frequency,
on a
aren't
single
they?
note. Well, you have singing bowls, for example. That's a single note, so it's a frequency. Meditation music is all when I'm writing meditation music, it's based on a there's a note called the God note. Okay, and the God note is different for each of us. You know, if you go up and down the scale, there'll be one note that you go, that's it. And if you turn around to me, say for example, you said, Paul, listen, my note is F sharp. So I would then bring up F sharp in the studio, and I would build a meditation music based upon that particular note, and it would just send you off to La La Land. So, but the God note is different for different people. You know, with myself, it's a more lower tone. But now people were saying, yeah, but I thought you were talking about crystals tonight, and we're talking about healing tonight. Um, but as Crystal Rose very rightly says, 100% correct. It's all about frequency. Okay, crystals give off frequencies. Musical notes are frequencies. Okay, and the God note will be the frequency
Oh,
that it's for you.
Paul, I'm only interrupting because if I don't interrupt, I forget. Rude, I know. 432 there's a lovely one on YouTube, but I think you'd have to go on YouTube and get rid of the adverts now.
Right.
You've downloaded it as an MP3. I think you can go on free for a month or whatever. Download
Yeah.
them all and then ditch it off. But as long as you remember to unsubscribe, YouTube will ban me now, won't they? They totally ban me. But of course, you might want to stay subscribed, and that's entirely up to you. But the solfeggio frequencies in music,
Yeah.
for those that are saying they can't get to sleep, there's the crystals, there's the 432, works really nicely for me for drifting off to
Okay.
sleep.
That would be there's also another area that is interesting to talk about is memory frequencies. Now, okay, we spent 9 months inside our mom. Okay, 9 months. So while we're being hatched and we are being created, inside those 9 months, we are picking up on frequencies, and that frequency tends to be sound. So from the moment that our nervous system is allowed to be sort of connected to sound, we start picking up on that particular concept. Now, those sounds tend to be heartbeat. That is one way that will send you to sleep, because your body was trained from the moment that it became conscious that heartbeat is important. So a lot of the meditation pieces of music that I write will have a rhythm in it that will sort of complement heart.
Are they on this channel, Paul?
No, some of the stuff is on, some of my stuff is on YouTube, but what I do as a service to different people, like people who just come to me and say, "Oh, can you do that for me?" is I will find, like for example, if you said to me, "Bright Paul, okay, let's go up and down the notes," and you go, "That's it." I wouldn't do it over a microphone, because microphone distorts frequencies. I would say to you, sit down with a piano and go boom, 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 boom until you hit that note. And then you say, right, it's this note here. I got it. And then I would write music based upon that note, because all meditation is based on a root note. Now that root note then would then bring in different rhythms. So with the rhythms, let's put it for healing, for example, you want a complementary rhythm, not doesn't slow you down, but actually speeds your metabolism to push and start healing, get everything to move, to work. Okay. Oddly enough, that when you go down, you switch everything off, including your healing. Okay, so that's different. But what you want to do is have something that matches in with your frequencies to heal. So you have different types of meditation, different types of frequencies that will do that, and different types of musical rhythms that will do that as well. Now, the best people to listen to, for an example, to understand what I'm just trying to teach you, is the Native American people. Okay, because all of their healing is based upon rhythm. Okay, as drums and then music, rather than music then drums. Jackie says, wow, I never knew that. I'm going to learn from you, Paul. Brilliant information and very informative. Oh, thank you.
It's a healing drum.
There you go.
I'm not holding it properly. Hang about.
Yeah, can you hear the difference? Now, let me see the back of the drum. Yeah. So when you're holding it, press as you pull between your forefinger and your not your thumb, but your third finger long. Hold it and push in with your fingers like that, so that your thumb, your main finger, and your little finger are almost touching the skin.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
So when you're drumming and you gently push against the skin, it'll change the tones of the drum. And that's a very, very similar drum to what the Irish have. It's called a bodhrán.
It's
It looks like a Native
deerskin,
American.
Yeah, it is. It's a
Native
deerskin.
American style.
I made it. I made that.
I was going to say, but I'm listening
Yeah.
to the sound of it, and it sounds like it needs stretching a bit more. It sounds a bit wobbly.
I haven't played it for a while.
Yeah, so rub. I think there's a drum oil you can get, which will help the tone.
Oh, I know, because it's been wrapped up. It's still got a bit of deerskin there.
Still got a bit of deer
fur.
sticking on it. It's got an
Yeah.
antler or two hanging off and a hoof.
She's got a
you
name. I
know-
tuned into the skin. You know, I
You
tuned
did?
into the skin, and yeah. So
What'd you call
where
it,
she's from,
Bambi?
I've got it written down. Oh,
I'm bad.
it's
on
something
it.
like Anya or something like that.
Oh, that's an Irish name, Anya. I have a niece called Anya. Kelly McLaughlin, the lovely Kelly McLaughlin, an absolute sweetheart from all the way from New York City. The only sign that puts me to sleep is the subway. Isn't that amazing?
Do you know what? It's funny, isn't it? Because my niece could only go to sleep with the Hoover. When she was a baby, the mum used to put the Hoover on. My
well, but that's because it's rhythmic as well. But one of the places in traveling, when I travel, the one that will make me feel so relaxed and so is the train. I love traveling by train because it's the rhythm. So it's constant rhythm.
It's musical, isn't it?
With Kelly, it's the same, because she's going to get that rhythmic feel of the subway, which will put you to sleep. Absolutely, totally get that rhythm. Like I was saying earlier,
some people need to be by a road, don't they, and have the window open. They like the noise of the city. They couldn't sleep in the countryside. Things like that. You know, there's that as well.
Here's a question for you, and it's a cool question. It's based upon what we're talking about. Why do you think that the human being gets really comfortable and very relaxed and de-stressed near running water, be it a river, a brook, or the ocean?
This womb, for the womb.
Exactly, spot on. Yeah. Well done. Because we're in water for 9 months, so we're used to that.
And the heartbeat, yeah.
So you're getting rhythm, and you've got the rhythm of the waves gently lapping on the beach. What's the first thing you do when you sit on the beach when you're on holiday? First thing happens. Put you out. And of course, by Babbling Brook, I just go, oh.
So right down. You know, you're talking about frequencies of the music, and they're working, and everyone's got a God note. I wonder if that God note changes sometimes, because there's all frequencies linked with your chakras as well, depending on how your chakras are balanced at different times of your life. You know, say you've had a heartache, so your heart's out. So you might need a different note at that period of your life,
Yeah, absolutely.
And also
Well,
essential oils, isn't there? For
you're going to
there's
essential oils is going
notes,
to help you with totally. It's a lovely combination of everything. So yes, the lower frequencies will like that down, and the mid frequencies up or they lift you. Okay, but mid frequencies up are stronger. They're more boing like that. So, and when I'm doing a clearing in my home, I will take one of my singing bowls and I'll tap it, boom, like that there. And as the frequency goes out, if there's negative energy in the room, this is something you guys want to try, okay?
Millie says sunscreen is first. You're not wrong. Yeah.
That's because she lives in New York. It's freezing all the time. So you hit your singing bowl, and frequency will go out. Now, if you've got energy in the room that's that doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It can just be heavy. And what will happen is the frequency will die off really quickly. So it'll go boom and disappear quite quickly. And then when you've done a cleanse and cleared, you hit the bowl again, and the frequency will ring out for a lot longer. So that's how.
Yeah, and that's the same with tincture bells, isn't it?
Yeah, with bells. Yeah.
You can cleanse your crystals with sound as well. So if you've got a tincture bells, sorry, I've disappeared because I'm looking for my
your singing bowl
that I can't find. It's probably right under my nose. Probably right under my nose.
That's always the way.
Yeah. So
my mom used to say, isn't it always in the last place you look? Well, my mom used to say, look at me like...
You don't look after that, yeah. You don't look at it after that.
Of course it's the last place you look. When you find it, you don't keep on looking, do you? So
I've never really thought about that. That's so true.
It's true.
I love your mum for that.
It's like, there it is. I'll keep on looking.
Yeah.
Trudy made me giggle. Now she goes, I have a brook a few feet from my bed. See, that's where you're getting the damp from. If you've got a brook a few feet from your bed, you can be assured there's damp. Okay. Jackie says the sound of rain and wind works for me. Johanna's the same. She loves the sound of thunderstorms for some reason. If you talk to that particular, I have to spell it because one of those particular objects is literally a foot from my mouth. Alexa. If you say to Alexa,
oh yes,
play thunderstorms, she'll play it. And Johanna, it sends her off to sleep, but for me, it wakes me up. So
see, this is the thing. You just have to find what works for you, don't you?
Yeah. Everybody's looking.
We're all individual, aren't we? So we think different things work for us.
Instinctive. It's instinctive, and you'll be drawn to the Debbie. Oh God, I've gone blank on her surname, and she's an absolute sweetheart. She's not from your part of the world. She does sound healing. Debbie, and I've gone blank on her surname. Beautiful, wonderful lady, and she has all these different gongs. And when I used to do a lot of the mind, body, and spirit events, she used to come over and go, "I'm going to gong you. Okay, I need gonging. Give me a good gong." And she goes,
lovely though, isn't it?
And
lovely, so relaxing.
It would break down the energy around you, and I could then walk on stage. And every time, it got to the point where I wouldn't go on stage until Debbie gonged me. So. But it's the different frequencies from those particular gongs that it helps. So you've got multiples of concepts going on here, the healing. Now, one thing, and I didn't want to promote it, I was kind of just watching the chat room, listening to my darling friend Crystal Rose chatting here, and no one has brought up one area of healing that everybody seems for some reason to leave to last. And I'll wait for a bit longer.
Dietary?
Oh, you saw it. You are reading my mind. You are reading my mind.
I actually am. Yeah, I actually am. Sorry.
It is diet, food. Yes, food is
it's the energy of food as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. For me, being that I was a trained chef, for me, being in the kitchen is actually almost meditative. Tonight, this afternoon, I made a casserole, and I brought my daughter down. My youngest daughter, she's going to be 16 soon, Maya. I said to her, "Come on down," and so she came down. And I went through how to make a casserole. So I always teach by example. And I said to her, "Taste the casserole." She's tasting the chicken. She's going, "Oh my god, that's gorgeous, Dad!" And I said, "Right," because I have a little system called it's like dancing, you know, slow, quick, slow. Only the system that I taught my daughter is taste, season, taste.
Okay.
So because I said to her, I'm going to teach you something right now. And she goes, right. I said, so I with a pair of tongs, I took a piece of chicken out of the casserole. I said, taste that. And she put it in her mouth. She let it roll around her mouth. She tasted. She went, oh my God, that's gorgeous, Dad. I said, now let it settle. So I then put a spoon in and picked out some of the liquor from the obviously the casserole. I said, I taste that. The first thing before I did that, sorry, I said to her, what do you think? And she goes, well, it's gorgeous, but it's. I went seasoning. She went, yeah. I said, what? She went salt. I said, yep, okay, I'm with you on that. I said, now taste the liquor. And she tasted the liquor, same pot, within seconds of each other. And she went, oh my God, that doesn't need any seasoning at all. I said, now you understand. Taste, season, taste.
Yeah.
Because your mouth gets used to the first bite,
Yeah.
and then it's the second bite really gives you the taste. Then you need to season it or not. Now, why am I bringing that up? It sounds like I'm doing a course on
Oh, you're talking about healing through food, diet,
healing through
nutrition.
Food. But food is a field. You eat with your eyes first and your stomach second. Okay, so when you're looking at, for example, the mind, you're trained. Are you understanding that you're trained every single day, whether you know it or not? You're being trained every single day, even though you may not necessarily. Your mind has gone into a place now where it's automation. It's almost like a download. All of the people listening to me tonight and watching this on our show tonight, how many times you've been out for a meal and you've gone out you've gone out with your husband and you've had a wonderful meal, and you think, oh my God, I can't eat another morsel. I can't put another bite through my lips. And you think, oh, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm going to have to loosen up all my clothing. And you get in and you sit down in the living room, and you guys, and you're going, isn't that a lovely meal? That was a beautiful meal. That food, that steak or whatever it is you had was absolutely stunning. You switch on the TV. Within 5 minutes, what's the very first thing you need to do? As soon as you turn off, when the TV's on, it starts working as TV, you start getting interactive with the TV and talking to each other. First thing you'll start to do is go,
get a drink.
I'm hungry.
Something, yeah.
Because your mind, the TV has trained you that if you're in front of the television, you're need
relaxing.
To be eating.
Yeah.
You therefore have to eat. So what you need to do is retrain yourself. And first and foremost, turn the TV off. Except when Paul Francis is on it, of course. But turn the TV off and start engaging with the conversation. You will find that the concept of the emotion of the food and the person you're with will literally tide you over.
Just skimming the surface of it.
Yeah.
Recently, one of the chapters in the healing book that we're bringing out is about food, and she knows a lot more than me. But a basis of something I don't know where I read it just recently. All the bars, the protein bars, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
You just need to eat an apple or something organic. The more organic it is, the more healthy it is for you. As long as it hasn't had all the pesticides and the GMOs and everything else,
Well, this is true. I watched a show on Netflix recently.
It's a minefield, isn't it?
Kelly's going, wait, you watch TV? I do. A movie is the only way I can literally come down. It's the only way I can switch off. And it's after many, 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 many years of being on stage, and in the drive home, and then the drive home from doing shows or on tour, you're up.
Oh, my husband fell asleep after work tonight. He's downstairs snoring. He's got Maverick on.
Oh, he's got Maverick.
And I left it playing. I thought, I'll wake him up if I switch it off. 10
Um,
minutes on, it's 10 minutes in.
I
Tom Cruise
watched
is like,
a program on, I think it was Netflix the other day, and you know the guy who plays Thor in the Avengers, he
oh,
plays the.
do I? Oh, yes, Paul, I
Oh,
do.
do I? Look at it. All the women all over the world went, oh
Oh, that
yeah,
one, that old,
oh
yeah.
wow, yeah. Well, he did. He is on a show called, I think, Limits or Limitless or something like that.
Terrible film, but
Limitless or something.
maybe
And
watchable.
he went to do training with very highly trained people. Okay, so they had him swimming in Arctic waters, with just a pair of trainers on, or a pair of, Y fronts or whatever they were,
Speedos.
budgie smugglers, whatever. When they had him swimming, but one of the things that they made him do, they didn't make him do, he chose to do it, obviously he made the choice, was not eat anything, literally not a morsel, for 4 days. 4 days, not a scrap of food crossed his lips for 4 days. And the
Oh, I'd be,
cleanse, well,
no.
the thing about it is, and here's the thinking behind it, is back in when we were cave dwellers, when we lived in a cave and we just discovered fire, we didn't eat every 3 times or 4 times a day. We ate when we caught the food.
Mm.
We were used to going 1, 2, 3 days without food. And after the 4 days, he was saying, I feel so good because my body is actually training itself and feeding itself. Okay. And he lived in that 4 days with just water.
It just lets out of your system what you need.
Yeah. So now in his annual thing is 1 day a month fasting, just 1 day. So for an example, if you went on Monday, on Sunday night you eat your last food, you don't eat again till Tuesday morning.
Like
so
Ramadan.
1 day a month, and then for just 4 days in every year, he's going to do a 4-day fast. If you can do 2, then build it up to 3, then build up to 4, might be safer. Okay. But he was, surrounded by medical people. He was surrounded by all the right people, giving him the positive mental focus. But fasting apparently is a lot better for you.
Well, that's the diet at the moment, isn't it? The intermittent fasting.
Well, I don't know. I don't follow on that stuff.
It's not for me, Paul.
You enjoy your steak.
Like on. No, I'm veggie, but
you're a veggie?
Yeah, like on the Popeye films where everyone turns into chickens. I'd be a veggie, but after 4 days, if I hadn't eaten anything, I'd be biting people's arms, I think.
You'd go back over to meat all of a sudden. Well, I'm up for giving it a go. I really, really am. I'm up for giving it a go. I'd give anything a go like that. So I have my daughter's wedding coming up in June. Is it
Anglesey or it's not? It's not Anglesey.
What is?
Where is it that you can go and do a pilgrimage and you don't eat for a couple of days or whatever?
Well, somewhere I don't know about Anglesey, but I know there's a place in Ireland called Knock.
Yeah, it might be just off the edge of. It's up. Yeah, it's on the Irish Sea, I think, actually.
Well, there's a place in Ireland where Our Lady is said to have appeared. Our Lady of Grace is said to have appeared, and there's a place called Knock, and there's a pilgrimage there where you go, and it's weirdly enough, it's in the wintertime, but you don't wear shoes, you walk on the stones in bare feet, and you don't eat. And apparently everybody who goes through it comes back and say it was massive for them. The energy of the area and the non-fasting and the connecting with people. So it's going back to healing. Yes, we're talking about different concepts here, but that's this whole thing that we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, because it's detox, isn't it? It's detox.
It's a detox, but it's also what will work for one won't necessarily work for somebody else.
Yeah, because I'd be trying to eat people, wouldn't I? Like on airplane.
Well, you know what they've got a lot of in Ireland, which is seems to be very healing. Guinness.
You're worrying me now. Oh no, Guinness. Guinness is good.
I never liked Guinness.
I didn't like it when my dad would only let me. We moved house, and we were celebrating. And he said, "Well, you can have a drink, but you can only have Guinness," because I wanted to be all grown up and have a drink. So I said, "Oh, I like," and then I tasted it, and he said, "Do you like it?" I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like,
Yeah.
because
Fuck.
it's definitely an acquired taste.
Oh, it's, but there's also
But now I do like it because it is an acquired taste. It's
'cause
one
of
of those
what-
things,
but there's also a drink that they used to give it to ladies in hospitals, ladies who just had babies, and it's called a milk stout. Okay, and the reason on Guinness is the same, by the way, proper Guinness from Ireland. But I must kind of add that
it
not that
tastes
we're an
better,
advert for
doesn't it?
Guinness.
They say.
It tastes better in Ireland. That much I will guarantee, absolutely. But it is packed full of nutrients and iron. So they used to give it to ladies who had babies to help replace the iron. It's
Yeah,
called a milk
and
stout.
Maccasons as well. Is it
Mackeson's. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mackeson's milk stout, and it's packed full of nutrients. I mean, yeah, if you drink too much of it, you'll have a headache from hell. But it is packed full of nutrients. Not that I'm saying you should go out and drink and drink and drink. By the way, Lynn Fern says I would only have Guinness in Ireland, nowhere else. It's so creamy. Yeah, that's actually true. Ketosis. I had to do this before my gastric, says Jackie Noon. What is Sue Vinnigum saying? Sue is saying, I'll just bring it up on the screen because these
Julia's laughing her head off.
I read about fasting that has so many benefits. So only eating small time frame each day. Jackie's going Mac. They're all coming out with the booze now. Look at this.
They are. Come say hello. That's my son.
Hello,
That's
son.
Josh.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
He's the one who went. He's the one who went front ways down the abseiling. Yeah.
Abseiling forward. Oh gosh. He's obviously he's got no fear. Obviously.
Yeah.
Have I heard of Buckfast tonic? And do you know what? I come from a little part of Ireland called Lurgan, and there is a drink called Buckfast, and they call it Lurgan champagne. There's a Buckfast. It's a tonic wine made by the monks at Buckfast Abbey. I know. Well, yeah, it will lift your head off.
Mead, Sue. Mead. Sorry.
Mead is nice.
Yeah. Mead.
See, here's the thing. A lot of people won't know what mead is.
Oh, it's delicious.
Because there's a lot of Americans here having a clue what mead is. They will mead. The heck's that? It's what they used to have in sort of inns in way back in the 12th century. It was a drink made from honey initially and blackberries and of natural. But I tell you what, you have 2 or 3 of those. My goodness, you'll sleep for a while.
Oh, I can't remember. I'm not plugging in, but I can't remember what it's called. It's Raven mead or something like that, and it's so lovely. It does the different flavors. Lavender. Yeah. One's a bit like a whiskey. One's a bit like something. Anyway, when I went to the Healing Festival in Somerset, no, it wasn't. It was in Clop Hill.
Yeah,
he was there, and I had a couple tasted the little tasters before I went on stage doing the mediumship. But I actually did really well. It did me good.
Because you connected directly to the spirit.
I definitely did. I thought I just have to have some mead every time I go on.
I'm telling you that you connect directly to the spirit, and it's nothing to do with the spirit that's on the other side of life. It's to the spirit.
Yeah, no, it was.
We got another idiot trying to break in here and jump the show as well. So,
no.
Jackie Noon says her nan gave it to her. Strawberry mead, says Dawn Hatton. Yeah, the one that I like is the blackcurrant. Blackcurrant mead is that's very, very nice. It's got a wee edge to it, and it's not too sweet. Here we go. I want to just share something with you all. Right, we went from crystals to water to sound to food. We're moving into alcohol now, and looking at everybody who's
medicated, isn't it?
Looking at everybody who's chatting in the room, everybody's feeling happy.
They're laughing at us. I'm not sure if they're laughing with us. I
think they're laughing with us.
My poor son comes in and he's got no idea that he's on live or whatever. But
he's thinking, "Oh my God!"
I'm telling you, Paul, I was tidied his room up. I've got a photo shoot because we're thinking of moving house.
Yeah,
and we've lived here 18 years now, so
I bet you the energy in your house is weird tonight.
It's better. This. I haven't done this room actually that I'm in.
Clarity, but you'll find the room. You might find they can't sleep because you've just released all that
I hope it's
energy.
all right. It looks like a hotel room, you know.
They've got
Oh,
closet in the
because you have
bed.
to have everything hidden away. Oh, honestly.
The
That's
last
what he came
time.
in to thank me for doing his room.
Oh, bless
'Cause
him.
yeah.
At least he did that, and so
He
you brought him
did,
properly.
bless him.
It's Buckfast tonic wine, and it's caffeinated, very unique, says Arsu. Everybody's going, yes, please. Everybody's feeling happy about this.
Oh, I don't know what the Buckfast tonic is.
Well, you've whereabouts do you live again?
I'm Gosport, the other side of Portsmouth.
Right. Yeah, you're not that very far from Buckfast.
It's
Just-
like an hour south of London.
Yeah, type
an hour
in
away from the
Buckfast Abbey.
M25.
It's in sort of Yelverton, around that area.
Oh, it's just down to Dorset.
Yes, just Dorset area. So it's type in Buckfast Abbey, and there are the monks of Buckfast Abbey make this tonic wine called Buckfast.
Oh, won't I? I'll have to go.
Of course you will. Well, it's an abbey, so you're going to enjoy that anyway.
Yeah, I love all that. You know that.
And that kind of, we're bringing it right back to the full circle here, because
healing. Here we go.
no. Well,
Prayer.
one of the things that I was going to bring in is
Meditations.
Yes, all that kind of, but it's rooms, places. Okay, for an example, for me, it's cathedrals. I can let go in a cathedral, but there are some places, like, for example, what's the name of that place? The Standing Stones. What's that? That famous Stonehenge, the mystical places. But mystical places like that. If you've ever been in Cornwall, right on the top of the mountain in Cornwall, there are stones that have all been set up on top of each other, and you go up there, the energies it's just mind blowing. So you can get energies from very focused areas in the world that will help you heal as well. Oh gosh, I'm so very. I think spoiled is probably a decent word. I live and I'm surrounded by 3 oceans. I've got loads and loads and loads of these mystical standing stones. Cornwall is steeped in history of energy.
So I'm just laughing at Susan.
What's Susan? Which one?
Comment. She said it's like being in the pub talking with all the regulars.
Well, that's good. That's good, Susan. That's a real, and that's what it should be like. Well done. There's lots of places that you can go to that will help you as well. You might find that you're a landy, and so being under a tree in the middle of the country is what does it for you. Other people might find it being by a brook or a river or the ocean. That will do it for you. So, but being in a place, for me, it's all of those, oddly enough, but also, Truro Cathedral. I will, every opportunity I get, I'll go into Truro Cathedral and I'll just sit and bask in the energy, like sitting in a bath, because the energy is so pure and so amazing.
Yeah, Ely Cathedral. I live near Ely. I thought it was the most holy place on earth until I went to Turkey, to Istanbul, and I didn't know what the fuss was about. There was all scaffolding up. I washed my feet and the nuns were so happy. It's the Blue Mosque. It's meant to be the holiest place on earth, but the actual energy of that place is immense.
See, I mean, how would they know it's the holiest place on earth? Have they visited everywhere else?
No, but I thought Ely Cathedral was, and that blew me away. The Blue Mosque, when I went there, I have to be honest.
Here's the thing.
I thought you had.
I've never heard of Ely Cathedral. I've never heard of it.
No, it's just the cathedral in Ely. It's just a cathedral, one of the many.
Well, the one that I want to visit is the one where they laid Jesus's mother's body, and it's here. It's at Glastonbury or somewhere like that.
Yes. Oh, little Magdalen Chapel.
The Magdalen Chapel. That's apparently one of them. But there's other places,
it's
like, for example,
there. It's a lovely nurturing energy.
Lourdes is supposed to be.
I haven't been there.
I want to go there. I want to visit that place.
Yeah, so do I. I want to go to all the spiritual sites, but that's healing as well.
That's what it's all about. And it's out
there. Putting your feet in the. Like getting back to being by the beach,
your
feet in the water. If you've got your Crocs on or whatever, if you
don't even need your Crocs on, just get your feet in there.
Yeah, well, it's pebbly where we are.
That's because you don't live in
Literally.
a place like Cornwall where we have sandy
Yeah.
beaches left and right. Ha!
They actually are, aren't they?
Well, actually, they are left and right until you go to the south coast. They're very, very like Penzance, and then it's pebbly and rough. But all the other coasts are like sugar sand. It's beautiful. We're lucky. I
Water,
really
if you
am.
can't get to the beach, you could give yourself a foot spa, can't you? All of these things are healing, a pamper day,
Why not?
you
Why
know,
not? Give it a
paint
go.
your nails, whatever, you know.
So, would you believe that we're nearly up in 2 hours?
Well, I do go on a bit.
No, this has been
It's
fantastic.
gone really quick, hasn't it?
Yeah, that tells you how much we're enjoying it. So, of all of you guys listening tonight, you're listening to us on the United Public Radio Network, of course, 105.3 to 107.7 FM, coming to you live from the beautiful city of New Orleans and the state of New Orleans. So, if you're listening to us tonight on FM, welcome to the show. It's lovely to see you. I'm joined by my dear friend Crystal Rose, who is an absolute goddess in the fields of healing. So make sure that you find her and everything that they're doing at Divine Energy International by going to www.divineenergyinternational, all one word, .com. Join as a friend, okay? But my advice, join as a patriot. For £11, 11 pence, which is the price of 2 cups of coffee, which you'll spend on a regular basis without thinking about. Or in America, it would be around about, well, same price as 2 cups of coffee, about $13, $14. Get in there because it's going to actually help you out no end, and you'll be helping a lot of people. That's a double-edged sword in the world of energy. Jackie Noon says, well, I'm stuffed because I live in the Midlands. There's a lots and lots and lots and lots of beautiful
I think there's
places.
some stone circles and things like that, isn't there?
Well, there's lots of beautiful. What they have in the Midlands that we don't have down here, for example, are
Forests.
beautiful waterways, stunning, beautiful waterways that I managed to get the opportunity to visit when I was doing some tours and shows up north. And you've also got what's that beautiful place? Oh, crikey! It's all the hills and meadows and what's it called? North of Manchester.
Is it a moor?
All the moors, you know, the big, beautiful big hills.
Dales?
Yeah, the water. I tasted the water. I went into a pub, and I was really thirsty, and I was with 3 friends of mine.
Here
And
we
I
go.
said,
We're back in the pub.
yeah, back in the pub. But they said, "What would you like, sir?" And I said, "I'm not being funny, but could I just have a pint of water, please? Really, I'm dying of thirst here." So she gave me this water. Well, it was the most amazing tasting water I'd ever. And I said to that lady, I said, "Was that out of a bottle?" She said, "No, just it's a happy. Could have another one." And it was the water up in the north, in those beautiful Lake District. That's it, Lynn, in the Lake
Oh, well
District.
done, Lynn.
And
I wasn't going that far up.
and so you've got, well, up there you've got those stunningly beautiful places, but you've got those wonderful waterways. And I met a lot of people who live in those narrow boats, and they're the most wonderful, tranquil people. So you've got all those places just because you don't live down in the southwest.
Walking on the grass barefoot, that's healing, you know,
Oh,
ground
gosh,
with the
yeah.
energy. But not so much this weather, but hugging a tree's good. You know, I used to do it all the time when I was out with my Springer Spaniel, trying to look at
And the amount of
know.
times that she's been lifted by police is something.
I did used to sort of go around the tree and like try and hope there was no one looking, you know, or you sort of lean casually on the tree, you know.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to let the right out of the bag here. I love stargazing. That's one of my.
Oh yeah.
I will go out every night if I can see stars in the sky. I'll go around the side of the house where it's darkest, and I'll just stargaze. And I'll tell you what, the energy the negative energy just floats away from me. It's something that does it for me.
Oh, absolutely. Dawn says, I think they have hidden Templar caves in the Midlands.
I wouldn't put that past them. The Templar, the Knights Templar had
Yeah.
places everywhere because the reason that they were called
Growing up.
Templar caves is they had to hide. Do you guys? Oh, this leads me to. I love these pieces of information that you may know, you might already know, but if you don't, you're about to learn something. Do you know Friday the 13th?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know
It's
why?
because of because they were all slaughtered, weren't
That's
they? On the
right.
13th of
On Friday the
October.
13th, the Pope, who was
Was it
supposed to be the
October?
holiest man in the world,
Yeah.
decreed that all of the Knights Templar were to be killed,
Executed, yeah.
executed, and that is why
Murdered,
Friday
whatever you
the
want to call it.
13th is noted as a negative date. And to be
One
honest
of
with
the
you,
reasons, yeah.
I stay in on Friday the 13th. I don't go out. And people go, "Oh, you're just, no, I don't go
Oh,
out
so
there."
say if people haven't got crystals,
Hmm.
I've got all these. I've got a little thing here, pebbles. You know, natural things, wood. You can attune to. You
Yep.
know, you could sleep with a pebble you've got from somewhere. That everything
It's
because they house energy from
somewhere that's
thousands of years. You
special.
know, this one, well, these ones in this little tray, they're from talking of caves, Merlin's cave down in Tintagel.
Oh yeah,
I picked
been
some of
there.
these off the beach.
That's a place to
And that,
visit.
and it's just got that because you links with the energy then, don't you?
Oh, good. I
You
tell you
keep
what,
them,
I picked up off and don't please don't think this is more, but it's not. I
Sure.
picked a pebble off my mum's grave because my mum's grave's in Ireland,
Well, your energy's there. The
and
energy.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
brought it home. It's sitting in my windowsill, and I touch it.
Oh, that's lovely.
I touch that pebble, and I just say to her, "Hey, hope you're watching over me." You know.
Well, she'll know that. She
Mm.
knows that, so she'll know when you touch the pebble that you want her nearby.
Yeah.
Not that she's never
There's something
far
that
away
Lynn's just
anyway.
brought up as well, which is called gratitude rocks. And these are rocks that we used to infuse with really highly tuned positive energy. And every gratitude rock that I would give to people, their whole
Oh, that's
luck
nice
changed.
because they hold energy, don't they? There's a
Yeah.
little love heart I got on
I
Linda's
keep promising
Tintagel
Lynn
as
I will
well.
do some more because I have a lot of people who want the gratitude rocks. So I must get round to doing that again. But I stopped doing it.
Dawn says, "Good dog poo." Yeah, don't. I hope you're not digging around now and put your hand in something looking for a blinking pebble.
I'm feeling a bit now.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen of the world,
pebble out
would
of
you
the sea would
believe?
be
Would you
safe,
believe we're
wouldn't
at
it?
the end of the
Safer.
show? Would you believe that? I can't believe how quickly that's gone. It seems to be a click of the finger, and I had my dear pal Crystal Rose on, and now we're at the end of the show. The later night show was easier. The 11 o'clock show was because I didn't have anybody after me, but we have new shows coming after this show, so I have to be off air on time.
What time are we in New Orleans then?
In New Orleans, it's we started our show at 3 p.m. 4 p.m.
Okay.
Sorry, 4 p.m. So in New Orleans, it's about prime time, 6 p.m. Dawn Hatton says, I have a rock tumbler and I can't wait to start tumbling some of the stones I found with my dog on walks. Yes, definitely, Dawn.
Excellent.
That's the way to do it. I will be back with you guys on Monday night for Reach Across, and that's Monday the 20th. I want to get my dear pal Crystal to come on a regular basis onto the show. I really, really do, because she is an absolute sweetheart and she's an absolute gem to be working with. I'm going to say it now in front of 500,000 ears, that I'm going to become a student of yours. So I want to learn this divine energy healing.
I'd love that. Be an honor.
It'll be my honor. Trust me, it'll be my honor. And if you guys have enjoyed the show, please do let us know. Make sure that you smash the like button on YouTube. Keep clicking the like button. Don't forget to share the show and all of your Facebook friends and family, but more importantly, equally into your groups, and then invite people to come and join us on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm going to try and coerce, be it through bribery if needed, to get Crystal back here as often as possible. Because
bribery needed.
We do have a fantastic show when she's on board, and I have an absolute ball because I don't have to keep yapping for 2 hours. Crystal can jump in and and I learn from her too. So that's what it's all about: learning, discovery, the journey of life.
Learn
and maybe
where to
giving
get the
people
best mead.
and how to get the best meat and the best Guinness and various other things of that nature.
Healing elixirs.
Johanna told me tonight that one of her business colleagues has two or three farms that supplies what do you call that oil that's it doesn't make you high, but it comes from hemp.
Hemp oil, just be hemp oil.
This is oil. It's an oil that's
cannabinoid or something like that.
no,
Cannabinoid.
it's an oil. It's an oil. It's like OCD or MCD or something like that, whatever it is.
Oh,
But
CBD.
that he produces CPD oil, and I went, you got somebody who produces that at 3 farms. She went, oh yeah, like, oh, when you tell me this, Maria's just gone CBD. So
CBD.
So I'm gonna try and do something that I can get CBD for.
The other thing about healing, Paul, when you just said about the water, Chalice Well water, Glastonbury, and then
yes,
springs opposite that, isn't there? That's But you're supposed to only drink a little bit of them because they're full of iron as well. You put a little bit into your spring water.
The more that you can get to natural spring water, the better. It's just full of nutrients and it's full of like iron deposits, and it'll help you a lot better than the stuff
that's regarded as holy water, isn't it? The Chalice Well water.
Do you know what? I remember the first time that my management team said to me, "You're doing a show in Glastonbury." I nearly had a kid, and I was like, "What? I'm doing a show in Glastonbury?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was so buzzing, and I arrived at this theater, and it was the most flattest show I've ever done.
Oh, bless you.
It's just maybe I had it built up so much in my head that I was doing.
More than likely. It's
Ladies
a good
and gentlemen,
though, as you get down to you.
It's
Cornish. You get there, the fresh air. It's just clear, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love living in Cornwall.
Getting out for a walk's healing. Mother Nature. Oh, there's so much we could go on. I could go on about healing.
Well, let's get you back on a regular basis, and we'll do it. Everybody's saying great show tonight. I'm glad that you are. It is now 10 to 11 here in the UK. Which would be 10 to 6 in Eastern time, of which the Reach Across Live and Spirit Quest is going out live through the United Public Radio Network. Thank you so much to Joe and the team for making that happen. We're coming to you live on 105.3 and 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. I'll be back Monday night. Crystal, I'm going to get her on the roster as often as possible. And Crystal, what are you doing this weekend? Where can people catch up with you?
Well, just on Facebook, Crystal Rose.
There you go. Make sure you find her. Divine Energy.
That's also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Get a hold of her. Go and become a friend of divineenergyinternational.com. Go on.
Oh, it's 2:53 in California.
Oh, 2:53 p.m.
Yeah.
Maria, she's in beautiful California, rubbing it into the rest of us who are sitting here freezing. I'm gonna have to say goodnight to you all because we are literally 6 minutes away from the next TV show or radio show. Speaking of TV, we're now coming to you live on Roku as well, so look out for that. Crystal, it's been an absolute total and utter honor to have you here. Thank you so very, very much.
Thank you so much, Paul.
I will catch up with you on tomorrow because as I click you'll disappear. I'll catch up with you tomorrow, talk about tonight's show, and get you back on a regular basis.
Do you know when we get together, I always think, oh, what am I going to say about healing? I thought I don't need to. I was going to make notes.
Yeah.
But we don't make notes, do we?
You just don't need to, because we're good bunching them. And when I spoke to you earlier today, I had some things I needed to talk to you about. So you're bringing up your website, talking about the seminars and
the annual conference in June.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, when you go on to divineenergyinternational.com and you become a friend,
sign up as a friend, and then you get the newsletter, and then you'll hear about the conference in June because you'll forget by then. Because
there you
we're
go.
Only on
and
February, aren't we?
Find Crystal herself on Facebook. And come up to her and say, I was part of the show on Thursday night with Paul Francis, and she'll talk to you about the becoming.
Yeah, probably be on a Sunday.
Go.
And you need like 1 hour in the morning, a couple of hours break, and because it's attunement based, and
There
then
you
an
go.
hour again in the afternoon.
And then on Saturday, by the way, it just reminded me, my dear friend Roger and Faye, their show This Mug's for You, on Saturday morning at 10:30, whatever, I think it's Central Time or Mountain Time. But for here in the UK, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. Make sure you tune in and be a part of that show as well. I'm going to say goodnight to you because I've got literally 4 minutes in which to get the the closing bits and pieces in.
Right, I'll clear off,
Crystal,
otherwise I'll still be talking all night. All right.
Crystal, it's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Paul.
much, very,
Love to
very
you
much.
all.
See you all soon. Good night. God bless you.
God bless. Night. God bless.
Take care, darling. For everybody else, thank you once again for being here. I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to leave you with this. Please, please, please make loads of notes on YouTube about the show, what you thought of it. Please continue to share it. And don't forget to whack that like button. I will see you Monday night. See Roger and Faye in between that. Good night. God bless. Take care.